So we have already discussed that kinetic energy of any rigid body about any fixed axis of rotation is half I omega square, and about any moving axis of rotation, if the axis of rotation is moving, then the kinetic energy is half mvc square plus half ic omega square, right? It's not about moving axis of rotation. The actual statement should be kinetic energy if the axis of rotation is not fixed or axis of rotation is moving. We are writing kinetic energy in ground frame only, so about any ground point you can say, right? And we can use both the equation. This general equation we can use anytime, even if the body, the axis of rotation is fixed, we can use it. It is a general equation, and this is a half I omega square is for fixed axis rotation, for fixed axis, right? If it is a fixed axis, can I also use it for any other point? It is kinetic energy about any fixed axis of rotation. Is there any other point where I can also apply the same equation?
The instantaneous axis of rotation.
Instantaneous axis of rotation, yes. Instantaneous axis of rotation. Because that is instantly at rest. Instantly fixed axis we can assume. Okay, I think we have understood the formula well. Now it's time to apply this formula. Have we done this question in our class?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
The question says a cylinder of mass m radius r is rolling with slipping. So if it is rolling with slipping, its omega is given, linear velocity of center of mass is given. So I can use the general expression instead of the fixed axis because there is no fixed axis. So general expression half mvc square, half mvc is u, half mvc square plus half ic omega square. Ic is mr square by 2, right? And omega is equal to u divided by 3r. So that should be the kinetic energy of the body, and this is if I calculate, we will get 19 by 36 mu square. That is the answer of this question, no doubt in this. And this answer is independent even if I just make the velocity reverse. If I make the velocity reverse, plus minus sign does not matter. Kinetic energy only depends on the speed, so the kinetic energy will remain the same, right? Same for minus u also. Now this question I can easily solve by this general equation. This is general equation that I have used because I know the velocity of center of mass. I know the velocity of center of mass as and also we know what is the angular velocity of the body. But sometimes it is difficult for us to calculate the velocity of center of mass, especially in the case of composite system where center of mass does not lie at geometrical center. In that case, it may be helpful if we can locate the ICR, instant center of rotation or instant axis of rotation of the body. One thing you should know that even if the body is not in pure rolling motion, there may be an ICR or IAR of the body. This thing we have not discussed earlier, but I think it is the right time to explain that. What I am saying that in pure rolling motion we know that the point of contact is at rest. So we assume this to be an instant axis of rotation. But for any other body, even if it is not a pure rolling motion, for example this particular case, it is not a pure rolling motion, I cannot say that the point of contact is at rest, right? Neither I can say it is an ICR for obvious reason. But there may be some other point, maybe inside of the body or maybe outside of the body, about which I can assume that entire body is in pure circular motion or pure rotational motion. Means that point must be at rest. How do I find that point? That we want to discuss first in this class. Right? So it should be clear that what we are trying to discuss now. We are trying to find ICR even if the body is not in pure rolling motion. How to find ICR? There are three different cases you can find ICR. The first is if V of a point and omega are known. That means, suppose this is a rigid body. Suppose it is a rigid body and I know the velocity of any point. Any point means any point you can assume. Suppose I know the velocity of this point, V. Also I know that the body has an angular velocity omega. Now if you can understand that, one very important property of ICR is, about ICR entire body is rotating, all the particles are rotating in which way? Can you tell me about ICR, how the particles are moving of the body?
Pure rotation.
Pure rotational motion. So if somewhere is ICR, can I say ICR would be the center of that all the circular motions of the particles? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And if that center lies at a distance x from this point, suppose the center lies at a distance x from that point, that distance must be perpendicular to this velocity because v is perpendicular to the radius. Can I say this is the ICR, and if this distance is x, can I say that v is related with x as v equal to x omega? Can I use this equation? So x equal to v by omega. Can I write this expression? Just check once.
Yes, sir.
If I know the value of x, I move perpendicular to this point at a distance x, I will find my ICR. Yes or no? Now the second condition is, if omega is not known, but velocity of 2 points are given and velocities are perpendicular, parallel to each other. So, parallel to each other. For example, suppose velocity of 2 points are given and velocities are parallel to each other. This is the body. I say that the velocity of one point is suppose like this, v1, and velocity of another point just below it, it's also parallel velocity and it is v2. Both the velocities are known. Where should be my ICR? Can you guess where will be my ICR on this body? In between these two lines, above this line, below this line, where?
Sir, I think it should be below V2.
It should be below V2. Why? Because if you join these two lines with perpendicular lines, ICR must lie along this line somewhere. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
If I say that ICR is suppose somewhere here, this distance from ICR to point B is R2 and from ICR to point A is R1. Omega is not given, but can I write this equation as V1 is equal to R1 omega and V2 is equal to R2 omega? So if I divide V1 by V2, you will basically get R1 by R2.
Sir?
Yes?
Sir, I'm sorry if I joined late, sir, but can you please explain what you explained till now?
I am finding ICR, instant center of rotation of a rigid body, even if it is not in a pure rolling motion. In pure rolling motion, we know how to I find ICR. The point of contact is ICR. But here, even if the bodies are not in pure rolling, I can locate any point which is at rest. It may be inside or outside the body. Two different ways or three different cases I will explain. The first case is velocity and omega are known. Then it is very simple that about ICR each and every point is moving in circle. So this point must be moving in a circular path about ICR. So if I assume the radius to be x, the velocity of this point is x into omega. From there I can find the x, and that should be perpendicular to the velocity because radius is perpendicular to velocity. Now in the second case, if I know V1 and V2, two parallel velocities are known, then how do I find the ICR? So I can say V1 by V2 is equal to R1 by R2, right? So we have to find what is actually R2 because R1 is known to us and V1, V2 are known to us. So R2 is equal to,
The total distance from A to ICR.
yes, R1 is the total distance, so R1 minus R2 is known, right? R1 minus R2 is known. So I can just divide, subtract 1 from here. V1 minus V2 divided by V2 is equal to R1 minus R2 divided by R2. Yes or no? So R2 is equal to R1 minus R2 into V2 by V1 minus V2. Look, if I know R2, then I can locate the location of ICR. Geometrically, actually, if you join these two lines, they will meet at ICR. Because V1 by V2 is R1 by R2, so these two must be similar triangles. So this should be your ICR.
So is it given that V2 is less than V1?
If it is not, then your it is negative. Your point will be above V1.
I have one question.
Yes, tell me.
So can we say that the instantaneous center of rotation is the same as the center of curvature for A and B?
Center of curvature, not center of curvature. Look, radius of curvature is something different. Radius of curvature or center of curvature, it depends on v square by an, normal acceleration. Their accelerations may be different, their radius of curvatures are different. Right? So, with respect to ground, if you see, then their radius of curvatures are different. But I am looking with respect to this ICR, so these are only circular motion.
So can you explain the second last step, what you did over there?
Here I just subtract 1 from here. V1 by V2 minus 1 is equal to R11 by R2 minus 1. Now, if the velocities are anti-parallel, what we can find? How do I find?
So
The
they will
line between them.
line
Yes,
between
that is a
the
very
two velocities.
similar thing. If V1 is there and V2 is here, then I will join these two line and these 2 points. Can I say here is my ICR? Yes or no? The logic is that about ICR, each and every point should be in circular motion with the same omega. From there, you can find a mathematical expression and you can locate your ICR. So ICR is not mandatory the point of contact or not mandatorily lie inside the body. It may lie anywhere. Right? It is an instantaneous center of rotation. That's all. Now, third case is we do not know the velocity again. Here we know the velocity at least. But even if we only know the direction of velocities, then how do I find it? We know, this is most common case. We know directions of two non-parallel, but they should be non-parallel velocities. For example, let us take 2 points which the velocities are directions are known only. Velocities directions are known. Suppose this one is v1 cap, means the direction of velocity of this point. And suppose this one is v2 cap. I know that this point is moving in this direction. With what speed I do not know. With what speed I do not know. Can you tell me how do I locate the instant center of rotation in this case?
The point of intersection of the tangents at that point.
Yes. I will just drop perpendicular to this point and I will drop perpendicular to this point. Because ICR is perpendicular, this radius should be perpendicular to both the velocities. So can I say this is my ICR? Yes or no? From ICR, this is also rotating in this way and it is also rotating in this way. So this should be your ICR.
So please explain this one.
Whatever may be the ICR, about ICR, this point must be in a circular motion. So if this is radius and this is velocity, they should be perpendicular. Also about ICR, this point is also rotating in circle. So if it is the radius, it should be velocity and they are perpendicular to each other. So what I have drawn the perpendicular of those velocities. They should meet at a point which is the ICR.
So means the direction, so the velocities are actually tangent of their respective circles.
Yes, definitely, obviously, it should be.
Okay, sir.
Look, can you understand these three different cases? These are three different cases where you can find the ICR even if it is not in a pure rolling motion. Very important to understand because in few cases ICR will help you. Mostly ICR helps us in two ways. First, if you have to find the velocity of any point, it is very easy to calculate it from ICR. It is simply x into omega, where x is the distance from ICR to that point. Yes or no?
Yes.
And if I know what is the ICR, then I can easily calculate the moment of inertia of the body about ICR. And I can find kinetic energy we will use the second equation, not the general equation now. The second equation is half into I of ICR into omega square. Can I use that?
So how to find the moment of inertia using that ICR?
By using parallel axis theorem, you can apply. Suppose I have to find moment of inertia of that cylinder about ICR. So what I will do? I will find its about center of mass. Then I will shift it by parallel axis theorem.
Okay, sir.
Alright, we will solve few questions. You will get to know that how ICR helps us to solve questions. I think this slide is over. Now we'll back to this problem again. Now in this problem, although we have found our answer very easily, there is no need to locate any ICR. But again, if I try to locate my ICR and try to solve the kinetic energy with the concept of ICR, is it possible here? Let us check. Suppose this is the body, and here the case is given that the center of mass velocity is known u and its angular velocity is omega. So can I locate my ICR here?
Sir, it will be 3r from the 3r downwards from
From the center.
geometric center.
Yes, because it is downward, I will drop perpendicular, and if this is ICR, then I can say that this distance is x. So can I say x omega is equal to u? So x equal to u by omega. Omega is given u by 3r, so it is 3r. So what is moment of inertia about ICR? Can I calculate it? Is it mr square plus mr square by 2 plus m into
square by 2.
again y by 2? M into 3r square only.
No, by 2.
So 9 plus 1 by 2, it's 19 by 2 mr square. Now you can directly write kinetic energy as half into I of ICR into omega square. So it is half 19 by 2 m into r square into omega square. Omega is u by 3r whole square. R square will get cancelled out. 9 into 2 into 2 is 36. So it is 19 by 36 mu square. Look, you will get the same answer as we have done previously. Have you got it?
Please wait.
Alright. Now I will ask you to find the kinetic energy of this body. This rod of mass m length L is placed at the junction of wall and a floor, and its point A is moving with a velocity u at this particular instant. What is the kinetic energy of the rod at this instant?
We gave this question in the homework.
In homework. So have you tried it?
Yes, sir. So it is mu square by 6 into cosec square theta.
Yes, that answer is correct. And how have you done this question?
So instantaneous center of rotation.
By using ICR. Yes. By using ICR, we can solve it very easily. And you can also try it by using the general formula of kinetic energy. As you can see that here in this body, there is no fixed axis of rotation. So I cannot use the kinetic energy for fixed axis. But I can use the equation for ICR, and then we can find it. So let us first try to find its ICR. Look, the velocities of this point is in this direction, and velocity of this point must be in this direction. Yes or no? So actually I know here for the rigid body the directions of velocities of two different points. Can I locate the ICR?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me how do I do that?
So by drawing perpendicular.
By drawing perpendiculars, if I draw perpendicular from this point and if I draw perpendicular to this line, they will meet here. Can I name this ICR? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now if it is ICR, let us assume that the rod is rotating with angular velocity omega. So if this point has a velocity u and this distance is L sine theta, can I say that the velocity of this point A is equal to L sine theta into omega?
Yes, sir.
Because from ICR, the velocity of any point can be found by drawing perpendicular and multiply it with omega. So first equation, can I write that u is equal to L omega sine theta? Or I can say from here that omega is equal to u by L sine theta. Is that equation correct? Yes or no? Now if it is okay, I can find the kinetic energy by first finding the moment of inertia about ICR. And what it is? Moment of inertia of this rod about ICR.
So 1 by 3 ml square, I think.
How do I know that? If this is center of mass, what is the distance from center of mass to the ICR?
So L by 2.
It is L by 2 only? Because it is
Yes,
half
sir.
of the diagonal of this rectangle if you see. It is a rectangle if you join it with the coordinate systems. And these two are diagonals of the same length. Rectangle will have the diagonals of same length. So if it is L, this diagonal will also have length L. So this length is L by 2. So can I use this equation of parallel axis theorem? So moment of inertia about C is ml square by 12 plus parallelly if I shift it, it is ml by 2 square which is ml square by 3. Yes or no? So the kinetic energy of the body should be half I of ICR ml square by 3 into omega square. Omega is u by L sine theta whole square. So that should be your answer. L gets cancelled out, so mu square by 6 sine square theta, that is your answer. Have you got it?
So we could have taken any 2 points on that road, on that rod, and taken the perpendicular, so they would have meet out the ICR.
If you have taken any 2 points,
But we don't know the velocity of any 2 points.
yes, if you know the velocity of any 2 points, you drop perpendiculars to the velocities, definitely they will meet at ICR.
Okay, sir.
Now you can alternately solve the same question by using the general formula of kinetic energy. Right? Alternately, I will draw here, I will try to find the kinetic energy by using general equation, by using general formula. For kinetic energy. Look how complicated the question will be if you do not know the actual location of ICR. Then first you have to find omega. How do I calculate omega if I do not know this ICR? Then I know that it is the rod, right? Why I am telling this method? Because sometimes in your exam hall it may not appear that this ICR is there in your mind. So you can apply the general formula. For that you need to first find omega. So can I say with respect to A, if I say with respect to A, the velocity of point B, it has two different components. One is the velocity of point B with respect to ground, which is VB. Another is velocity of point A with respect to A. Velocity of point minus of velocity of point A, sorry, that is U. Can I say the resultant of these two is velocity of B with respect to A? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Velocity of B minus velocity of A. And are you sure that, can you tell me in which direction this resultant will lie?
So I think it will be tangent.
Perpendicular to this rod, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It will definitely be perpendicular to this rod. Can you tell me why? Why I'm so sure it's perpendicular to the rod?
So it is a fixed point rod. So it moves in a circular path.
Yes, about point A, it must be moving in a circular path. So this velocity is tangent to the radius.
Yes.
If this angle is theta given in your question, right? So I can write few equations here. If the velocity of B with respect to A is in this direction, what is the component of velocity of VBA along this rod?
0.
0. So if it is 0, can I write a relation between VB and U?
So VB will be U cot theta, I think.
Yes, VB sin theta will be U cos theta, yes or no? So VB is equal to U cot theta or U cos theta by sin theta. Now, what is VBA actually? VBA, you can say VBA is U sin theta plus V cos theta, yes or no? Can I say velocity of B with respect to A? The resultant is VB cos theta plus U sin theta. If you do it, what you will get? Just replace VB by U cot theta. So it is U cos square theta by sin theta. If you add this, sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. So are you getting U by sin theta only? Look at the calculation if they are okay. I am telling you another way to find omega. Sometimes this method is also useful if you cannot find ICR. This is very useful.
Yes.
If VBA is U by sin theta, can I say that if this length is L and about A it is rotating with omega, then in terms of L and omega, what is VBA? VBA is equal to L omega. So from there, can I find omega is equal to U by L sin theta?
Yes, sir. It is the same one.
Yes, the same thing that we have
Omega
calculated.
at any point will be same, that is why.
Yes, the answer will be the same. Omega is also same about any point. So that is why you have got the same omega. Now, as soon as I know the omega, what is the velocity of center of mass, that I should know. In order to use the general equation, I should know the velocity of center of mass. What is velocity of center of mass?
So L by 2 omega.
Is it velocity of center of mass L by 2 omega only? With respect to A, it is L by 2 omega.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, with respect to A. Yes, yes.
But with respect to ground, what is the velocity of A, C?
So L by 2 omega plus U.
Vector sum of that, I think.
Vector sum of that, yes. U is there and L by 2 omega is perpendicular to that. Yes or no? L by 2 omega is u by 2 sine theta. Can you tell me after calculation what is the vector? I only need the speed. I do not need the direction of this vector. What is the vector sum of these two vectors? Do your own calculation and tell me.
So it is u by 2 sine theta.
Yes. Cos of 90 plus theta is minus sine theta. So look, minus sine theta, here 2 gets cancel out, minus plus, so 1 minus 1. So it is only u by 2 sine theta. It is the velocity of center of mass that I have calculated. But what is kinetic energy? Now general equation I will use. It is half mvc square plus half ic omega square. Can you use Vc here and omega u by L sine theta here? Then I will find my answers. Let us check whether they are same or not. Half into m into Vc square is u square by 4 sine square theta. What is Ic?
ml square by 12.
ml square by 12 into omega square means u square by L square sine square theta.
So it will be 12.
Yes. Just do a quick modifications. L square will get cancel out. Mu square by 24 plus mu square by 8. Yes, I think it is mu square by 6. So that is another way to solve the same question. But look, if I do not know what is ICR, this question is so complicated. Complicated means not complicated but lengthy, yes. Have you got this solution? Both the solutions? Have you understood clearly? কোনো ডাউট থাকলে জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারো কোথাও কোনো ডাউট থাকলে if you have any doubts in the solutions you can ask me but kinetic energy it's very important to write down the equations. All right, I'll move to the next question now. Have we done this one?
So it was in the homework, I think.
All right, I only need the equation of energy conservation here. The question says a rod of mass m is rigidly attached inside a hoop of mass 2m that is placed on a rough floor. If the system is released from rest, find the angular velocity when the rod becomes horizontal. We have to assume no slipping. So let us assume that let me first draw the hoop, the system. Suppose this is the hoop. Initially the rod was like this, and when I release that system, finally the rod will come here. We have to find what is the angular velocity of the rigid body at this point. if it is in pure rolling motion. Can I conserve energy? The first question is this.
Yes, sir.
Why can I conserve energy? Is there no external force on this surface, or there is friction
So there-
force?
There is a friction force.
There
No-
is a
no
friction
slipping.
force, but again, can I conserve it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir, we can conserve it.
No
And-
slipping.
Yes. Because what kind of friction it is? What kind of
Static.
friction?
Static.
Static, yes,
Static.
definitely.
Kinetic.
And in case of static friction, we can conserve the energies, right? Static friction does not do any work. So it is the initial position where the center of mass of the rod lies at a height. What is this height?
So R/2 I'm getting.
R/2.
R/2. And finally, the center of mass is at this height. And how much is this one?
So R minus R/√2.
R minus R/√2. Is it R minus R/√2 or yes? If this total length is R, out of this I am getting this is R/√2, right? Because this is radius R and this is 45 degree. So it is R/√2. So it is R minus R/√2. So I can say that the final potential energy is mgr into 1 minus 1/√2. And initial potential energy was mgr/2. That is the change in potential energy. Plus change in kinetic energy. What is the final kinetic energy of the body? Can you tell me what is the final kinetic energy of the body? I will write.
So rotational kinetic energy of that hoop plus translational kinetic energy of that hoop and that rod.
The rod is rotating or translating?
The rod is also rotating. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Rotating.
So
Sir,
what is the
length of the rod given?
what is the length?
Length
It is root 2r. Yes, root 2r. You can assume it to be root 2r.
So by calculation you can get that.
Yes, if it is r, it is 45 degree. You can get it. Yes, now tell me, what is the kinetic energy of this system? Which formula I will use? First tell me that. General
So I think
formula
that
or
about the general one. Yes.
but can I say this is a pivot point or this is the instant axis of rotation here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can say that.
Yes, sir.
It is the ICR because it is not slipping. So if it is ICR, is it very easy to calculate the moment of inertia about ICR? It is half into what is moment of inertia of the hoop first about ICR?
So 2 into 2m r square.
2 into mr square, m is 2m. So 2 into 2
Yes.
mr square. And what is the moment of inertia of this rod about ICR?
So IC plus so that distance.
Yes. It is IC is mr square by 12, m into root 2r square by 12 plus m into this square. The distance from this ICR point is r into 1 minus 1 by root 2. So it is the kinetic energy of the system. So final kinetic energy minus initial kinetic energy is 0. So can I make it total 0? Look, if the conservation of energy equation is clear to you, this equation is only what I need. If you can write that equation, you can easily solve it, right? But you have to write the equation of energy. Check whether they are correct or not. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now about the equation, regarding this equation.
So please once more explain the equation.
Yes,
that you have written.
what is the change in the potential? What is the final potential energy? This is the final case.
So not about the potential, it's the kinetic energy one.
Okay. Initially the kinetic energy was 0. Finally, what is kinetic energy? Kinetic energy, I will write kinetic energy about ICR. Can I write it? It is only half into ICR omega square. Can I write it?
So,
Now, what is I of ICR? Moment of inertia about ICR. It is simple. First, I have taken the hoop. The hoop has mass 2m. So, about center of mass, it is 2m r square. And you can just shift the axis parallelly to the ICR. So, it is 2m r square plus again 2m r square. So, 2 into 2m r square. It is the moment of inertia of the hoop. And this is moment of inertia of the rod. About its center, what is moment of inertia of the rod? It is ml square by 12. L is root 2r. And from there to there, I can again shift parallel axis theorem. It is m into this x square. X I have already calculated when we calculated the potential energy. R into 1 minus 1 by root 2. Check if it is okay.
so that is 2 into 2m r, so that is the IC.
Which
that
one?
is total thing is IC. So that is written. So 2 into 2m r square. So that is the IC portion.
It is not IC. IC portion is only 2m r square. I have taken it like this. It is IC
So plus parallel axis theorem.
plus m r square.
2m r square.
Have you got it?
Yes, sir. So I got this one, but so that the other one that it in m into root 2 r by 12. That is about
This-
the rod, sir.
This is the rod about this center of mass.
Okay, sir.
And then I have shifted the center of mass to this axis. Now is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Moment of inertia we have to calculate.
So,
Bolo?
sir, first we have taken the change in potential energy of only the rod, and then we have taken the kinetic energy of the entire system.
Because is there any change in potential energy of the hoop?
No, sir.
Yes. So that is why I have only taken the rod and its change in potential energy. But kinetic energy is changed for both the rod as well as hoop.
Okay, sir.
Alright, I think we have done it. We'll move to the next question. A ball of mass m radius r is rotated with angular velocity omega naught and gently placed at the corner such that it is in contact with a wall and a floor. If the coefficient of friction between the sphere and the wall is mu, what is the number of rotations before it stops? Have I given it as your homework?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in this question, sir, the two frictions are interrelated.
Frictions are there definitely.
So they are interrelated.
Interrelated means?
That means if we increase the friction between the wall and that spherical ball, then the friction between that horizontal surface and the ball will decrease.
Why it is so?
So the normal reaction will decrease, that's why.
But friction depends on the normal reaction. Normal reaction. Okay, let me calculate the friction forces, right?
Yes, sir.
What are the different forces acting on the body? Can you first tell me what are the forces acting on it?
So the two frictions and weight and normal
Normals.
reaction from the two surface.
So normal reactions are there. This is one normal reaction and weight.
Yes,
This
sir.
is normal and weight. There is one friction force acting here. There will be a one friction force acting here. And this is another normal from the wall. And there is one friction force from the ground. Is that the free body diagram of the ball only?
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
the horizontal friction force should act in the opposite direction.
In which, where friction? Wall, vertical or horizontal?
But, sorry, sir, my mistake.
That's
Yes.
correct, I think.
So I think it is normal N1. Let us assume it to be N2. This is friction F1, and let us assume it to be friction F2, and this is weight mg. Right? Now I will find the force equations. Let us first tell me whether it is in equilibrium or not. Whether this body is in equilibrium or not.
Yes, sir, I think it is in equilibrium.
Yes or no? What is the answer of this
Yes.
question? Anyone else?
Yes.
The answer to the question is it is in translational equilibrium but rotational
Yes,
not
right.
equilibrium.
The center of mass has no acceleration.
Yes. So center of mass has no acceleration. It is at rest. So it is in translational equilibrium. Right? It is in translational equilibrium. If it is in translational equilibrium, I can compare the forces in horizontal direction. F1 is equal to N2. In vertical direction, N1 plus F2 is equal to mg.
So can you explain the direction of the vertical friction?
Look, friction is kinetic in nature. It will be opposite to the slipping. If your
Okay.
omega is here, so this point must be slipping downward, so friction is upward. Again, can I write the force friction F1 is equal to mu N1 because of its kinetic nature? And F2 is equal to mu N2? Right? So I will now solve this equation. F1 is equal to N1, F1 equal to N2. So I can say N2 is equal to mu N1.
I think we should eliminate N1 and N2.
Yes. If N2 is equal to mu N1, then F2 is equal to mu N2 means mu square N1, I think. I will put the value of F2 here. So I will get N1 into 1 plus mu square is mg. So the value of N1 should be mg by 1 plus mu square. And N2 is equal to mu N1. N2 is equal to mu mg by 1 plus mu square. So I can find the value of F1, which is mu mg by 1 plus mu square. And value of F2 is mu N2, which is mu square mg by 1 plus mu square. Is that clear, the value of friction forces? Now I will write down the torque equation. Not torque equation. Can I say that the change in kinetic energy is what is work done by that torque? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So change in kinetic energy is finally 0 and initially it was half ball, it is so 2 by 5
by
mr
5.
square, half IC omega square, that is equal to integral of tau d theta. Now torque is opposite to the motion, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So it is minus F1 plus F2 into R integral of d theta. Look at this equation and check whether I have written correct or wrong.
So I see minus in there.
Where the torque?
Yes, sir. Yes.
The torque is clockwise or anti-clockwise about center?
It is anti-clockwise.
And it is rotating in clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Anti-clockwise.
Rotating clockwise, anti-clockwise, and torque is in clockwise. Right? So as the torques and rotations are opposite, so I have taken negative. Negative negative gets cancelled out. I can say F1 plus F2R into delta theta. F1 plus F2R, F1 plus F2R is into delta theta is equal to 2 gets cancelled out, mr square by 2 omega square. Mr square by 5, sorry. Mr square by 5 omega naught square. So what is delta theta? RR gets cancelled out. It is m r omega naught square divided by 5 into F1 plus F2. What is F1 plus F2? Mu mg. If you take common, mu mg, if I take common by 1 plus mu square, I take common. So it is 1 plus mu. Can I say this delta theta is equal to 2 pi n, where n is the number of rotations? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So your answer should be n is equal to r omega naught square into 1 plus mu square divided by 10 pi mu g 1 plus mu. That should be the answer of this question. Check if any equation is not clear to you. Are you done?
Yes, sir.
Now come to this question. A rod of mass m length L is hinged at one end A. It is released from the vertical position. Find the reaction force when the rod comes at horizontal position. It is the first part of the question. The second part says, also find the hinge reaction if the hinge point is accelerated towards left by an acceleration g by 2. Have I given it as your homework?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, just can you try it? The first part first you try, then I will solve. Okay, let us try to solve this question first. First, identify what is the omega of this body when it will come down here.
So root under 3g by L.
Yes, and how can I find this value of omega?
The conservation of energy.
Conservation of energy. When we conserve energy, the equation should look like half I about which point I will take? A. So half I omega square, that will be the drop in potential energy. What is the drop in potential energy?
So mg by 2L.
Mg into L by 2. Yes, the center of mass has moved in circular path like this. So omega square is equal to 3g by L. Have we got it, the first equation? Second equation is for alpha. How do I find alpha? In order to find alpha, let me draw the forces acting on it. Can you tell me what are the forces acting on it?
So hinge reaction from A
Reaction and gravity.
and weight.
Hinge
Yes.
reaction will have two components, horizontal and vertical, and the weight. So if this is center of mass, it is vertical force, it is horizontal force, and it is mg. Can I say that torque about A will give me omega alpha? Which is mgl by 2 is equal to ml square by 3 alpha. So alpha is equal to 3g by 4, 3g by 12. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now I can find what is the acceleration of center of mass. Look, center of mass C is rotating in circular path about point A. A point A is at rest and the radius of that circle is, what is the radius of the circle? Radius of the circle of the center of mass?
R by 2.
R by L by 2. Yes.
So,
So the center of mass will have two accelerations. What is this acceleration?
Centripetal.
Centripetal acceleration. What is the value?
So mg by 2, so 3 mg by 2.
Omega square L by 2. Acceleration is omega square L by 2. So it is 3g by 2. And what is acceleration downward?
Tangential.
Tangential is L by 2 alpha. Can you understand this acceleration part? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now I can write force equation. In the vertical direction, what equation I will write?
So this acceleration of the center of mass with respect to A.
But A is in rest, so it is also with respect to ground.
Okay, sir.
A as well as ground. Right? So what is the force equation that I can write? Vertical direction
V minus mg is equal to 3
mg
mg
minus
is V minus mg or mg minus v?
mg minus v.
Mg minus v, it is downward acceleration. Is it 3 mg by 4?
Yes, sir.
So v is equal to mg by 4. And what is horizontal force equation?
H equals to
H equal to 3 mg by 2.
H equal to 3 mg by 2.
Is it h equal to 3 mg by 2?
three.
Minus
Minus
3
3
mg. Because force is in this way, acceleration is in this way. So these are the answers of this question. Have you got it? Now the second question says that hinge point is not at rest. Hinge point is also moving. So if hinge point is moving, then how do I write down the equations?
So we have to consider work done by pseudo force.
The work done by
Yes.
pseudo force and the acceleration of point A in that acceleration diagram.
Pseudo force also.
Yes.
Yes.
So if I draw the same diagram, now you will see the difference is only that point A has now acceleration. So if I see with respect to A, then there is a constant pseudo force that is acting on the body. Yes or no? The pseudo force has a magnitude of what? What is the magnitude of that pseudo force?
Mg by 2.
mg by 2.
And will that pseudo force pass through the center of mass only?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if I now draw the forces, or first let me find what is the omega. So can I say its omega is, what is the omega? How can I write conservation of energy equation? Can you tell me what is the conservation of energy equation?
Kinetic energy equal to work done by gravity and work done by pseudo force.
Yes, the change in energy is equal to work done by pseudo force here. So final energy, if I say potential energy final is 0. And kinetic energy is finally how much? What is kinetic energy final?
The half ml square by 3 omega square.
Half ml square by 3 omega square. Right? Kinetic energy final plus potential energy final minus Initial potential energy was mgl by 2. Yes or no? Initial kinetic energy was 0. So can I say this is equal to 0, what I have done in last case?
Correct. Yeah, by 4.
So it's work done by the pseudo force.
And what is that?
mgr by 4.
Is it mg by 2 into L by 2? Because the center of mass has moved in the direction of the pseudo force by L by 2 during this time. So now if I solve it, what is the value of omega I will calculate? Just try to calculate. I think it is 9g by 12. Check if you are getting the same result for omega.
Yes, sir. 9g by 12.
Okay. So if it is 9g by 2l, can I find what is alpha? Will the alpha change from the previous one, or it will remain
Sir.
the same?
I think it will change.
Will change.
It will change. Okay. Find what is alpha.
No, sir, it will not change.
Why it will not change?
At that moment, the pseudo force is in
to the
horizontal
point
direction.
of application.
Yes, because the pseudo force itself passes through the point of application A, right? So there is no change in the torque equation. So alpha remains the same, 3g by 4, 3g by 12. Right, as pseudo force passes through the same point, so you will find the torque equation remaining same. Now what is the acceleration of center of mass then? With respect to A I am talking about, right? I am drawing each and everything with respect to A. Why? Because it is moving in a circular path with respect to A only, not with respect to ground. With respect to ground, no point is moving in circle, right? But with respect to A, I can apply the circular motion concept. So with respect to A, what is the acceleration of C?
The same as before.
Yes, so it is omega square L by 2. The magnitudes will be different. Is it
Magnitude will be different only.
9g by 4? And it
So
is
with respect to A, won't there be a
Pseudo force. Yes,
pseudo
yes.
force acting forward G by 2 on C?
yes, I have applied pseudo force here.
So while calculating the acceleration,
Why I will apply acceleration? Pseudo force is a force.
While calculating hinge reaction, we should take into account that.
Yes, that I will take. While writing force equation, I can take pseudo force. While calculating acceleration, why I will again take pseudo force? Because I have already taken pseudo force while calculating torque equation. It doesn't matter because it is passing through A. That is not my calculation mistake. It is coming as it is passing through A. So acceleration, with respect to A, it is a pure circular motion. So whatever we have calculated alpha and omega, we will find according to that. L by 2 alpha is 3g by 4. Is it the acceleration of center of mass C? Just check.
Yes, sir.
But it is with respect to what?
A.
A point,
A.
not ground. It is with respect to A. Now I can find the force equations. Vertical force equation will remain same. mg minus v is equal to 3 mg by 4, which will give you the same value of v, mg by 4. What about the horizontal equation now?
The h plus mg by 2 equal to 9
Yes.
minus 9g by 4.
Now
mg by
there is mg by 2 pseudo force is there. So h plus mg by 2 is minus 9 mg by 4. So the H is equal to minus 11 mg by 4. Now this question says a uniform rod of mass m and length L is placed on a table such that 1/3 of the part is on the table. It is released from this position and it starts rotating about the corner of the table without slipping until it makes 37 degree with the initial position. So after 37 degree it starts slipping. What is the coefficient of friction between the table and the rod? Can you just try to do it? It's another good question. কিছু করতে পারছো এটা?
I'm getting mu equal to 13 by 3.
No, it's not 13 by 3. Let me draw the diagram first. Then probably you can understand what is the question. The question says that suppose there is a rod lies at the edge of a table. Initially it was horizontal. Now when I release it, it starts rotating about this point. And when this angle is 37 degree, then only it slips. At this point, what is the forces acting on the rod? Can you tell me? What are the forces acting on the rod at this point?
The normal from that
Normal
So-
weight and
Weight.
static friction.
Normal weight. Weight is passing through the center of mass. Normal weight and
static friction.
friction in opposite direction. Yes. So these are the only forces acting on it. Yes or no? So if these are the forces, also I have at this point some alpha and omega.
Yes.
You calculate first omega by calculating conservation of energy. You calculate alpha by taking torque about this point. Then
And
use
then there
force
is a
equation.
capital F.
Then use force equation. This is the way how to solve it. Yes or no? Can you write down the energy equation first and tell me what is the omega you are getting?
So 3 root under G by L.
3 root under G by L.
So omega about that point. So O.
Yeah, omega is same about any point. Omega, okay. How do I write that? Conservation of energy equation. What is the kinetic
Changing
energy?
potential energy.
Yes. Kinetic energy, can I say it is half? What is I about this point O?
The 1 by 9 ml
So
square.
1 by 9.
Just 1 by 9.
ml square by 9.
Yes, it is ml square by 3 plus ml by 6 whole square. Because this distance is L by 6. So half I omega square, can I make it? What is the change in potential energy? Can you tell me that? Initially center of mass was here, it has come down here. So the change in potential energy is L by 6 sin theta, yes or no?
Yes.
So it is half 3649. So ml square by 9, right? It is 12. So 36, 3 by 36, 4 by 36. omega square, that is equal to mgl by 6 sine theta. Now what is sine theta? That also I know. Yes?
How will that be sine theta?
This height isn't sine theta or cos theta?
Okay, so that distance is L by 6.
Sine theta.
Yes, it is sine theta.
L by 6 sine theta.
Sir, is the value of mu 11 by 6?
No. You are doing some mistake. Check. 3. So what is omega square? Is it 3g?
30 by 6.
No. Is it 3g by L into sine theta? Can you take torque about point O and tell me what is alpha? If we take torque about O, mg cos theta will produce torque, yes or no? Mg sin theta will not produce any torque. Right? So what can I say about torque about O?
Mg cos theta into L by 6 is equal to half
IL.
and IL alpha square.
Half by alpha square or only I alpha. Torque about O is, yes, tau is equal to I alpha. ml square by 9 into alpha. From this here I can find the value of alpha also. What is the value of alpha? Is it 3g by 12 into sine theta? Now which equation I will write? What is the acceleration of center of mass? First let us calculate it. Center of mass will have two different components of its acceleration. One is towards the rod, another is perpendicular to the rod, yes or no? What is this acceleration towards the rod?
Centripetal.
Centripetal R omega square.
Omega square L by 6 or not?
Yes, sir.
Omega square L is 30 sine theta. So omega square L by 6, 5 sine theta. If I put the value of theta to be 37 degree, 3 by 5, I think it is 3 meter per second square. And what is this tangential acceleration? L by 6 alpha. L alpha is equal to 15, sine theta is 3 by 5, so 9. L alpha is equal to 15 sine theta is 3 by 5, so 9. L alpha by 6, is it 3 by 2? 9 by 6.
Yes.
So what force equation I will write? Now come to force equation. Along the rod, what equation I should write along the rod? Is it F minus, बोलो?
सर टॉर्क इक्वेशन है तो mg into L by 6 cos theta होगा.
Yes, I have made a mistake here. That should be cos theta. mg into L by 6 cos theta. So we have found alpha wrong. mg into L by 6 cos theta. That is also 3g by 12 cos theta. So it is 15 into cos theta is 4 by 5, I think, right? So 12 by 6, I think L alpha by 6 is 2 meter per second square. If you put the cos theta, you will find the value of L alpha by 6 2. So f minus mg sine theta, that should be is equal to m into 3. So value of f is equal to 3m plus g sine theta. What is the value of g sine theta? 6. Right? So 6m plus 3m, it's 9m. And what about the normal force? Is it mg cos theta minus n is equal to 2m? So n is equal to 8m minus 2m, 6m. Check if I have got correct or wrong. Now we'll write f equal to mu n. So mu is equal to 9 by 6, 3 by 2. That should be the answer of this question. Check if I have got correct or wrong.
So I have one question.
Yes, Mona?
So in that force equation, so f minus mg sine theta, so the right term, so the right one term, so is that the force which the other end is exerting on this end?
Which force? This friction force.
That's not this friction force. So the right term, the 3m.
It is acceleration.
The force that
It is a mass into acceleration. Net force equal to mass into acceleration of center of mass. What is the acceleration of center of mass? It is 3m. 3.
Okay, sir.
But if you make it a rotating reference frame, then this will be a force which will be m omega square r, centrifugal force. But it is a pseudo force. I have drawn the equation from ground frame. From ground frame only. Have you got it? So dynamics of rigid bodies, yes, we have done this question. Now this is another good question. It says a rod of mass m length L is placed vertically on a smooth horizontal floor as shown in the figure. Right, its end B is slightly pushed so that the rod starts falling down. Now when it makes an angle theta with the horizontal, what is the angular velocity of the rod, what is the angular acceleration of the rod, and what is the normal reaction from the ground?
So angular velocity I'm getting root under 3g by L into 1 minus sine theta by 1 plus cos square theta.
Sir, I am getting in the bracket only 1 minus sine theta.
Okay, let me check. How do I get it?
Instantaneous center of rotation.
ICR you will use? You can use ICR. Or even if we do not use...
Sir, I am getting omega square equal to 6g into 1 minus sine theta by L.
Okay. It can be solved even if we do not use ICR. Or even if you use ICR, no problem. Look, omega can only be found by conservation of energy. It is the center of mass. This is the point A. Suppose velocity of center of mass is Vc. At some point, the distance from center of mass to the ground is y. This angle is theta. This length is L by 2. And initially the center of mass was here. So can I write a conservation of energy equation like, what is the energy I will write? Can you tell me? Conservation of energy.
mg L by 2 into 1 minus sine theta.
mg L by 2 into 1 minus sine theta. Good. Because this distance y is equal to L by 2 sine theta now. So potential
So it
energy
is coming
drop
to
is
be
this one.
3g by L minus sine theta.
Yes?
So it is coming to be 3g by L into 1 minus sine theta.
Yes, it may be.
I think cos square theta term will be there.
Yes, sir.
Alright, no problem. I'll check it. Now, this is the change in potential energy. What is the kinetic energy of this rod? Can you tell me? Kinetic energy of this rod at this instant. If I use general equation,
So we can take from ICR.
you can take ICR, no problem. You can take ICR. But again, for ICR, one point you should know the velocity. Do I know the velocity of any
So we
point?
know the velocity.
We know the
So we know the
directions of
direction
velocity.
2 points. The center.
Yes. We know the direction of
So
2
A
points.
and C.
I know the ICR. Yes, I can find the ICR. But kinetic energy about ICR also needs omega. Do I know omega?
So we need to find omega only.
So we need to find yes, yes.
So we can use that ICR to be easier.
Yes,
Yes.
you can use it. No problem. You can use it. But again, I think the moment of inertia about ICR, can I find it? Okay, let us take ICR. No problem. Whenever you are saying, I can do it by taking ICR also. Is it the ICR? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is that point by ICR? So if it is the ICR, then I can say about this ICR also it is rotating with omega, and I can write the kinetic energy as half. What is the moment of inertia about ICR?
ml square by 12 plus 3 by 12 ml square cos square theta.
ml square by 12 plus, what is this distance?
So 3 by L by 2 cos theta.
Yes, it is L by 2 cos theta.
So 3 by 12 ml square cos square theta.
It is L by 2 cos theta whole square. Yes. Can I write this equation? Yes or no? Also, you
So
can
why is
see.
L by 2 cos square of theta? So it should be
It is L by 2 cos theta, that distance.
Is that distance
from
L
the
by 2?
center.
Yes, from the center
L
to
by
this
2 cos.
point. L by 2 cos theta only. Right,
Yes.
you can do it. So you can find omega from this expression. Right, omega we can calculate from this expression. Right, angular velocity. Now how do I find the angular acceleration of the rod then? And how do I find the normal reaction?
So please give 1 minute for this
Yes,
to
yes.
work.
So can we say that point B is also moving downwards only with respect to ground?
Point B, no. Point B you cannot say it is only moving downward. Point C is moving downward. Point A is moving horizontal.
So can we use the same instantaneous center of rotation concept?
Which concept you can use?
For acceleration.
No, for acceleration you cannot
Yes,
use.
sir. I think we can.
For acceleration we cannot
What?
never use ICR for acceleration because ICR may have acceleration. It has zero velocity, that's all.
Oh. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Can I write one force equation as mg minus n is equal to mac? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I write a torque equation about C, which gives n into L by 2 cos theta is equal to ml square by 12 alpha? Force equation, torque equation, are they okay? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now I need another equation because how many unknowns are there? N, AC and alpha, three unknowns are there.
Sir, AC equals to L by 2 into alpha.
AC equal
AC
to?
equals to L by 2 into alpha.
No, can I say that?
L by
AC
2.
equal to L by 2 alpha
By
here.
2 alpha.
The point A is accelerated. Point A itself is accelerated.
Yes,
Oh.
point A is accelerated. What is the direction of acceleration of point A?
Horizontal direction. So
Only
can we
horizontal
apply
direction.
constraint, I think.
Yes, we can use constant here. Constant, it is the main thing. Force equation you can write, constant torque equation you can write, energy equation also you can write. Constant equation is the main thing
Your
here.
voice
Am I audible to you? Am I audible
Sometimes
to
it's
you?
cracking,
Sir,
sir.
cracking.
starting.
Cracking alone.
Just wait for a minute. Give me a minute. Oh. Am I audible to you now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So one thing, so we have taken talk about C, but the C also has an acceleration, center of
The
mass.
force will pass through C.
Yes, but I can always take torque about center of mass. Pseudo force will not affect the torque. It will always pass through center of mass.
Will pass through.
Yes.
So that constraint equation will be L by 2 alpha theta equal to AC.
No, look here you have to carefully write down the constant equation. Look, if I say that this is the rod and this is the point C, about C, can you tell me what is the acceleration of point A?
So circular, so tangential.
Is it only tangential now?
And downward, sir.
About C, what is the acceleration of point A?
Upwards.
Is there any omega square L by 2?
Okay, sir. Yes.
This thing you have missed,
Yes.
right? L by 2 alpha is tangential and omega square L by 2 is radial. So with respect to ground, the acceleration of A must be the vector addition of these three vectors.
Yes, sir.
And what can I say about the constant relation? That their vertical component should what?
So be equal to AC.
Yes.
Equal to AC.
So now the equation should look like this. AC is equal to L by 2 alpha cos theta.
Plus omega square L by 2 sin theta.
Yes, plus omega square L by 2 sin theta. Now these three equations will help you to solve the other two questions. Yes or no? Right, now this constraint also you can do it in this way. Look, if you do not know this method, can you see from this triangle that y is equal to L by 2 sin theta?
Yes.
If I differentiate y, what I will get? Dy by dt is equal to L by 2 into cos theta into d theta by dt.
So minus should be there. So d theta by dt is minus, negative.
Yes, what is dy by dt? Is it minus Vc or not?
Yes, sir.
And d theta by dt is minus omega because theta is also decreasing with time and y is also decreasing with time.
Yes, sir.
So it is minus Vc equal to minus L by 2 omega cos theta. So basically minus sign will get cancelled out. Vc equal to L by 2 omega cos theta. If you further differentiate it, what you will get? AC equal to L by 2 into what is cos theta differentiation?
Minus sin theta.
Minus sin theta
Omega.
into d theta by dt. What is d theta by dt? Plus omega or minus omega?
So minus omega.
Minus.
So it will be plus L by 2 omega square sin theta and L by 2 cos theta into d omega by dt. What is d omega by dt?
Alpha.
Can you see the same equation I have got?
Then alpha will be positive, increasing.
Yes.
So
D
can you
omega.
explain that acceleration part once again? What you did?
This
So the last
alternative
step.
last step. If I differentiate it with time, AC will come here. L by 2 omega take first constant and differentiate cos theta. What is cos theta differentiation? Minus sin theta into d theta by dt.
Yes, sir.
Now here you should know that dy by dt is equal to minus Vc as well as d theta by dt. Dy by dt is minus Vc and d theta by dt is equal to minus omega because theta is decreasing with time. Y is also decreasing with time. So if you put it d theta by dt to be minus omega, you will get minus will get plus and it will be omega square. Are you getting it?
Sir, because omega is in the omega is anti-clockwise, that's why it's minus. No?
Yes. Theta is decreasing with time, that is why d theta dt is minus omega. Right? That is the only reason. Y is decreasing with time, so dy by dt is equal to minus Vc. Right? And if I say d omega by dt, it is alpha. So this is the same equation that you have got from here. Either of this you can use as your constant equation. Right? So you check this question again and again at your home. I'm sure that you will find more thing in that question. And so I'll end my class for today here. You will have another class after that. So in next class we will start with angular momentum, right? A very important thing, angular momentum. And we are expecting in next 2 or 3 classes we will finish up that chapter, rigid bodies.